Hi, hello food drawers, how's it going? Have you ever been born? Yes? That means you have a zodiac sign. I've tried drawing zodiac sign series before, I think twice, once in my watercolor sketchbook and once digitally, but I never managed to finish either of the series. I think I did like half of the signs and then got bored and stopped. But this time, I am determined. Each video I'll be drawing 3 signs of one element, so there will hopefully be 4 videos total. For each sign, I'll be reading a description of their positive and negative traits from this website that I found, and I'll be creating a villain character based on those negative traits. And I will also be googling each sign's color palette that I will have to use in my drawing. In this video, we're starting off with air signs, because I and all my family are air signs. I'm a Gemini, my mom's Aquarius, and my dad is a Libra. And the first one of the 3 will obviously be Gemini, because that's me. I'm the Gemini. Let's read the description. How others see you. What does that mean? How you see yourself? Like, what am I, like a smart baby? How you really are. What's with the baby comparisons? What are you trying to say? Okay, positive traits. Let me see if I agree with these. Adjustable and flexible. Twins definitely don't want to miss a thing. I mean, in terms of like schedule, yeah, absolutely. If I want to like meet up with someone, I'll find a way to do so no matter what. But in terms of adjusting to like a new environment and changes in my life, that's the worst. I hate change. Versatile, because they're interested in a wide variety of subjects. That is true. I had a gazillion hobbies growing up. Enthusiastic and also lively. I mean, okay. Soft-spoken. They possess brilliant communication skills. That is true. I can talk to anyone for hours. Witty and very humorous. The best part of it, you'll never get bored in their company. I mean, if you say so. Intellectual, clever, and sharp. Absolutely. Astrology has proven itself to be true. Let's see the negative traits. Lack of consistency. It's hard for them to stay dedicated to one thing for a long time. Superficial. Twins don't really pay attention to details. Lack decision-making ability. Constantly on 2 minds. Lack of direction, and they easily get bored. Anxious. Gemini-born people tend to bite off more than they can chew, and this results in anxiousness. Yup. Okay, so these negative traits honestly sound more like ADHD symptoms than a description of a villain. There are a bunch of Geminis in my family, like really a lot. And the thing that in my opinion we all have in common is being childish and funny. This lighthearted, friendly personality with occasional meltdowns sometimes. So to me, I don't think Gemini is capable of being an actual evil, cruel villain. I just don't see that. So what I decided to do is draw these 2 twins, brother and sister, who, you know, are still children, being silly, but they're kind of crazy and always being a nuisance and robbing banks, and they don't have weapons, but they can shoot out of their fingers. Also, a big part of Gemini is their duality. So I decided to make them like the sun and moon, you know, day and night, you know, which is a very deep, subtle subtext that I'm sure not many people would catch on to. My goal with the Zodiac series is to learn to draw faster, so here I just went with the first poses that came to my mind. Some people have asked me how I think of poses. I don't. They just appear in my mind and I start drawing. There are times when I do look for pose inspo or references on Pinterest, which is the right good thing to do. Use your references. But I don't do that too often because I know if I go on Pinterest, I'll just end up scrolling for hours and wasting time that I could have spent just sketching, and in the end I'll end up going with the pose I had in my head from the very beginning anyways. So yeah, that can be annoying sometimes, and my goal here is to draw fast, so we're not doing any research or reference gathering for these drawings. And I was quite surprised by that color palette. I just googled Gemini color palette and it is so nice. These are the 2 I used. I love these colors. My favorite color is yellow and my second favorite color is this type of green. So another point for astrology. That is very accurate. I think astrology is fun. I don't necessarily believe in it, but just for fun, for giggles, categorizing and trying to find similarities between people in your life, I think that's cool and fun, like taking compatibility tests with friends and stuff. But when it comes to people who actually unironically judge and form opinions of others based on their date of birth without even knowing them, that is unhinged. I don't understand or support that. Come on. I think your favorite Pokemon says more about your personality than your date of birth. Gengar and Togepi. And here are our little twins, our Gemini. I love the way they turned out. I, as a Gemini, would call this an accurate representation. Also love the colors. And this only took me 9 hours. That is insane. I don't remember the last time a drawing has taken me less than 15 hours. This is awesome. Next up is Aquarius. The only Aquarius I know is my mom. How others see you, how you see yourself, how you really are. Can somebody decipher these for me? What could that possibly fucking mean? Positive traits. Friendly. Aquarius-born people are famous for their ability to make a lot of friends. Humanitarian. They do their best to make the world a better place to live. Intelligent. Their interests are wide-ranging. Creative. There is nothing more boring than the monotony. Independent, both emotionally and financially. Loyal. If an Aquarius gives his word, he will fulfill it for sure. Negative traits. Unpredictable. This sign will not follow any behavioral pattern. Inconsistent. In fact, it depends on their mood. Detached. Live and let live. Stubborn. Though they are excellent listeners, it is extremely difficult to make them change their mind. Aloof. Sometimes they become distant for no particular reason. Extremist. No middle path exists for them. All or nothing. Okay, let's go. So with this one, the main trait that I associate with Aquarius is intelligence. Because my mom is very super smart, both book smart and street smart, and socially smart as well, and independent, the way I will never be. So to me, an Aquarius would be the type of villain who is A, very calculated, always has a thorough plan, B, can easily trick people and make people trust them, and C, most likely working undercover. They're not the type of villain who would want to be publicly known and feared. They're like shadows. They do their job and they do it good, and they don't see the need to scream about it. Oh yeah, by the way, I will be drawing both male and female characters for each zodiac sign because I think that's more fun and more fair also. So these guys are brother and sister. They are fish people because, you know, Aquarius. When they were small, their family of fishmen was captured by poachers and they were the only ones to escape. They were lost, scared, and hungry when one day they met an old fisherman by the shore who took them under his care and guidance, giving shelter, food, and most importantly, all the knowledge he himself possessed. Turned out he wasn't always a fisherman. In fact, he's a retired secret agent who used to work as an undercover spy and assassin back in the day. Every day they would swim out into the ocean, with missions getting progressively more challenging and dangerous, from searching for lost treasures from the bottom of the sea, to robbing boats with sailors, fishermen, and tourists, to drowning small crews of poachers along with their boats so their bodies could be buried in deep shark-filled waters and never be found. They were filled with rage and desire for revenge. But taking out small crews and living off of found treasures wasn't enough for them. They were training for something way bigger. So with the help and guidance of their wise father and teacher, when they both turned 18 years old, they were finally ready. Ready to go undercover and destroy the poachers' mafia from within. Fishermen taught them everything they needed to know to succeed, how to blend in with regular people, how to speak and act, how to steal, and how to kill. You might be asking, oh, but how could they blend in if they clearly have blue skin and fish ears and water hair? Wouldn't the poachers immediately figure out that they are fish people? Shh, that's not important. Yeah, so that's the little backstory I wrote. The color palette is also pretty nice. Blue, turquoise, and pink always go great together. Although I was imagining them wearing more neutral, dark clothing, but it's fine. Poses, again, I saw this composition in my head and drew it the way I saw it in my head, which is a great way to tell that you have actually improved at art, because before I would also have these cool poses and epic compositions in my head that I was so pumped to draw, but when it came down to actually grabbing a pencil and drawing, it never worked. I could never do it. Those poses looked Nothing like they did in my head. They look like my characters got ran over by a bulldozer. But the more different poses you draw, the better you get at drawing poses, and you expand your range of abilities so you're no longer limited to one angle or perspective or facial expression. I've never drawn water before, let alone water hair, so don't judge that too harsh. I was just freestyling it. But here they are. Not quite as happy with them as I am with Gemini, but I have my own list of criteria for my drawings that often differs from what other people think. And also, I'm not an Aquarius, so I cannot speak for them. So if you're an Aquarius, tell me if you think this is an accurate representation or not. And our third sign today is Libra. The pictures again making zero fucking sense. Okay, positive traits. Tactful and also experts in getting things done. Romantic, don't forget their ruling planet is Venus. Charming, their manner is very pleasing. Just, the fair play is a high valued virtue by them. Diplomatic, a true Libra will always listen to the different points of views patiently. Now the negative traits. Superficial, can be so impressed by someone's outer beauty that they can forget about inner one easily. Detached, sometimes they pretend to be pleasant just because they don't want to displease anyone. Unreliable, prone to changing their minds, and this is why they sometimes don't keep their promises. Lazy, of course, like the other air signs. Indecisive, the hardest thing for Libra-born people is to make whatever decision. Okay, so here I was mainly going off of the scale being the symbol of Libra, and because of that, I decided that they're gonna be traders. Not crypto traders. These two are the legends of the underground black market. They are known to be the most money-hungry, moralist traders who don't disdain a thing. They will buy and sell anything as long as the price is pretty. And I mean anything. Drugs, weapons, organs, people, and the worst thing you can do is try to scam these two. It is pointless to even try. If you give them a bad deal or a fake product, God forbid, and you think they won't know, oh, they know. They know immediately, and you are so dead. You're dead after you even think of playing a trick on them. They are extremely well known and well respected in the criminal world, and everybody knows that if you want to buy something you think no one would dare to sell, they are the ones who will sell it to you. Both being extremely smart, charming, and charismatic, they are able to find the right approach to every customer so that nobody leaves empty-handed. Nobody knows about their past or where they came from. Nobody even knows their real names. But some rumors say that their father was the most infamous and feared gang leader to ever rule the underground world, who disappeared many years ago. So, in terms of backstory, this is the one I think is the most villain-like. I don't think the other two are really villain vibes. I mean, the first one did not really have a backstory at all. I don't know why I did not. Yeah, so I fell in love with this man that I drew. Look at him. When I googled the color palette, this is what we got. It says that their lucky color is pink, which is very interesting. If you're a Libra, let me know if that's accurate. The only Libra I know is my dad, and I have no idea what his favorite color is. Might as well be pink. So I made a choice to let pink be their hair color and incorporate this turquoise green into their clothing because it's like the color of money, you know. I wanted to place something on the plates of the scale at first, like, you know, maybe a skull on one side and a bag of diamonds on the other. You know, like what is worth more to you, the wealth or someone's life? But then I thought that would be too corny, and also I didn't want to draw this extra stuff, so now the scale is empty, which I'm also not happy with, but I don't know what I want at this point. Also, this girl looks nothing like the way I saw her in my head. I don't know how she turned out this way, but the man, I'm proud of what I created here. Anyways, here they are. All my Libra viewers, what do you think? Are you happy with the representation? Is your favorite color pink? Let me know. I think I'm happy with this. I don't know if my drawings would be able to top these pictures. I don't think so. Seems unlikely. Tell me which of these three you think turned out the best in terms of both design and color palette and backstory. What do you think? And tell me which element you want me to do next, because I really want to complete all 12 signs. I really hope I will. Thank you so much for watching. Press like, subscribe. I have a bunch of other videos and tutorials on my channel, so you can go watch those if you want. Or if you just want to look at the art that I make, then you can check me out on Instagram. And good night, good day, goodbye.